Hey guys, this is Wouter. I'm talking with Andreas today. We're going to talk about melatonin and what it is. So let's dive into it. So melatonin is a hormone that is produced by your pineal glands in the brain, and it helps you control your circadian rhythm. Your circadian rhythm is a rhythm, an internal rhythm that decides when you go to bed and when you wake up. And melatonin regulates this circadian rhythm. So it can also be used to improve your circadian rhythm if you have sleeping issues or when you're traveling abroad and there's a time difference that you have to get used to. Um, yeah, that was pretty much a short introduction into melatonin. And now let's get into how it is produced, or would you like to add anything to my short introduction?
Yeah, I just want to add just a few things. Like the thing is that melatonin is just seen as the sleep hormone, but the thing is that melatonin actually just has a bunch of important benefits to our whole body health. So like even melatonin is also an antioxidant, and it also does improve our blood sugar levels and yeah, increases our memory capacity and all kinds of different things. So just actually not producing enough melatonin, even though you might be able to sleep, can actually really harm your health in many different ways. So it's a really important hormone that we
Yeah.
all have to get enough of.
Yeah, that's a good addition. I mean, it's a hormone. It controls a lot of processes, not just sleep. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. So let's get into how melatonin is produced and how it is broken down.
Sounds good. Okay, so should I go ahead?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, melatonin is produced differently in terms of one's circadian rhythm. So if you just keep exposing yourself to blue light and just pretty much most types of light, then your production will be very low. And the only types of light that actually will not really affect your production of melatonin is red light and real light, like coming from fire and from candles and stuff like that. So actually using those types of light can be used at night and in the evening without it really affecting your melatonin production at all. But if you aren't using these types of light, then it's really important that you just minimize light, or that you actually use some effective light blocking glasses that can actually be able to just use light in the later parts of the day while still promoting enough melatonin production. So either you have to just use no light at all, pretty much, or you should use some really effective light blocking glasses before going to bed.
Yeah, so darkness is a trigger for your brain to just start producing more melatonin. And they did a lot of research on kids in Japan that had sleeping issues, and apparently the Japanese used to or still use a lot of like blue light, like these flickering long TL lights. Yeah, it's awful for your sleep. So yeah, I'm glad they found out, and they actually had these devices from yeah, you probably have different device. I have a Philips device that is a blue lamp. I don't use it anymore, but I used to use it. I used to use it for like 15 minutes at the beginning of the day to start off your circadian rhythm by breaking down the melatonin that you still have in your body. So melatonin is also broken down by light, mainly by blue light. So getting up in the morning, going outside for a short walk is a great way to enhance to improve your circadian rhythm.
Definitely, yeah. And the thing that you actually just keep in mind in terms of melatonin is that just exposing yourselves to just a little bit of harmful light at night can actually just stop your production for hours. So
yes,
if you just use some blue light just 1 hour before bed, it might actually just stop all your melatonin production until you go to sleep. So it's actually pretty harmful to just exposing yourself to blue light before going to bed every single day in terms of your sleep.
You might also want to take that into account when you're going for a leak at night. Try not to turn on the lights at night when you need to leave your bed and plan on getting right back into it, because even that little bit of blue light might wake you up too much to get back into sleep.
Yeah, exactly. And then we have some different ways that you can actually use light without it harming your sleep. And here you could, for instance, download some light blocking filter on your phone, and then you could actually use the light from the screen to actually just light up the bathroom if you want to go to sleep at night. If you wanna go out and take a leak at night. So actually using some smart tools in terms of controlling your light will be really important if you want to have a great sleep every single night.
Yeah, for sure. And another thing that people should try to do if they want to get some solid sleep is to decrease your activity during the day. So to have your more physical and heavy activities during the day, and then in the evening, do more quiet activities such as reading a book or whatever.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, even just watching some scary movie or something like that can actually spike your cortisol levels a lot. So if you do that just really close to bedtime, it might be really difficult for you to get back to sleep or to just go to sleep at all. So it's definitely important that you don't do anything that will really spike your cortisol levels before going to sleep. And then we also have, of course, caffeine, which is really important here as well. And you want to dive into that, Wouter?
Yeah, sure. So we spoke about caffeine in another video, and caffeine binds to receptors that keep you from feeling sleepy. So you definitely don't want to take those like in the afternoon or the evening, depending on how well you can cope with caffeine and sleep after taking caffeine. But for me, caffeine in the afternoon is definitely a no-go if I want to get some solid sleep.
Yeah, it's really important that we focus on that. Yeah.
So
go ahead.
let's get into. Sorry, if you wanted to add anything, go ahead. But if not, then we can maybe dive into how to supplement with melatonin.
Sounds good. So,
all right.
How would you personally use melatonin?
So I've used melatonin for many years, and I started out taking like 3 milligrams, but I definitely found that this is too much because I think not all of it gets broken down if you take such a high dosage the next day. So some of it might be carried over to the next day, and then you'll have trouble sleeping the day after having taken melatonin. So I would suggest, rather than taking a high dose to feel sleepy, would be to take a smaller dose when the sun goes down to promote your own production of melatonin. And I would suggest taking like maybe 0.5 milligram or so.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, and the thing to remember is that it's of course different for different types of people. So the thing is that melatonin production, it decreases automatically with age. So just focusing on improving your own melatonin levels will be just more and more important the more you age. But even so, just even though that you might use light blocking glasses, you will not use any light a few hours before bed. Then at 60 or 70 or anything like that, then it would just be really, really hard for your body to produce enough melatonin to promote a great circadian rhythm. So if you're that age or older, then it might be even more important to supplement with it, and probably doing it in higher doses than just 0.5 milligram. And And also in terms of the thing that you mentioned in terms of if you consume too much, that your body won't break all of it down. A thing that you also have to, or a way that you can actually also just experience or just find out whether you actually are consuming too much is if you feel groggy every single morning, then you likely have to supplement with too much melatonin because all of it hasn't been broken down.
Yeah. Yeah, I've experienced that myself too. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, when to take? Yeah, it just depends on when the sun is going down, really, because you want to make sure that when you take the melatonin, your body actually gets the chance to start producing its own melatonin. So taking it and then sitting right in front of your laptop screen with a lot of blue light, that's not gonna work.
No. Yeah. And like and the thing here is also that you might actually need to just experiment a bit also based on your own production and how sleepy you feel, because yeah, it might also change a bit from person to person, and because we actually produce melatonin for hours before going to sleep. I personally use it in most cases around 3 to 4 hours before going to sleep, because this is in many cases when our bodies start producing it ourselves. But of course there are some individual differences. So you can start doing it a few hours before bed, and then you can just experiment in terms of how you feel in terms of your sleep and how you feel in the morning.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. Did you want to talk about why people might not need to worry about taking melatonin? I saw that you made some notes about that.
Yeah. So the thing is that some people they worry a lot about that if we just consume melatonin every single day, that our natural production will just stop will just stop working. But the thing is that likely won't happen based on different studies. And the thing is also that if that were to happen, then so many different things that we might supplement with should then interfere in terms of our own production. So just keep that in mind, and then just try out and figure out what works best for you individually.
Yeah, I agree. I do think that some vitamins might actually suppress your own production of these vitamins to some extent, but it hasn't been proven to actually cause any issues after having supplemented for longer periods of time. So yeah, I wouldn't be worried about it either.
Exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, do you think that there's anything that we haven't covered in terms of melatonin?
I have nothing to add here, but if people have questions about melatonin, do let us know and we'll get in touch.
Perfect. Sounds good. All right. It was great chatting with you.
All right.
Take care.
Likewise. You too. Thanks.
Bye.